Yo, 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 it's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about why your higher self will transcend into this matrix while you're practicing semen retention, and why you'll start attracting one, more opportunities, two, more women, three, better people in your life. Because the thing is, when you go on semen retention, you're operating from your authentic self. You're becoming the best version of yourself. And if you become the best version, you have no choice but to attract authentic people. Because the thing is, like, people who are operating from their ego, they're never really that satisfied. They'll never be that satisfied because they always think that they're never good enough. They're not. They're never good enough. They never. There's just too much things that they're not okay with. They have a void, and the void becomes. They have a void, and what they do to fill that void, they just do certain things. They might over binge watch Netflix. They might be on booze. They might just do drugs or things like that. They're just never really that satisfied. And the thing is, once you go on semen retention, since you're becoming your best version, you have no choice but to attract idealistic situations. Also, semen retention, your confidence has shot through the roof. You're no longer overthinking, second guessing. You make a decision, and you do it. And it's very fast decisions. You might have been scared a little bit earlier to tell people certain things. You might have been scared. You might have swayed away from doing things. But now, since you're on semen retention, you're no longer scared. You like to take risks. You're just becoming your best version, and you're gonna attract your authentic self. When you go on, like I said, when you go on semen retention, also, woman attraction is to its potency. Now you're no longer satisfied with just whatever you can get. Now you're the one who's choosing. You're the one who's picking and choosing who wants to be with you. Because now, instead of getting any woman that you want, or any woman that shows interest, you're interviewing them to see if their ideals, what they're about, resonate with you. If they don't, then up next. But if they do, then they might have a chance, and then it can go like that. It's more of an interview instead of someone who just goes for whatever they can get. And like I said, like, being your authentic self becomes to carry out. You're just very, very okay with yourself. You're sure with yourself. Your deep desires will start manifesting themselves. Like I said, you're going to become the best version, and now you're in a position to attract the best. In order to attract the best, you have to become the best. There's two versions of yourself: your ideal version and the person that you currently are. And your ideal version is a sum of all of your past experiences, what your beliefs, your values, things like that. And those are the things that resonate with you the most. Now, if you're on retention and your current reality isn't mirroring your ideal self, you're gonna be looked at as a failure. You're gonna be looked at as a failure. You're gonna be looked at as someone who you're gonna think yourself as a failure because you're not fulfilling your full potential. Like, you're not fulfilling your full potential. And once you start fulfilling your full potential, once your habits start mirroring the person that you want to become, it's a lot easier to get it's a lot easier to become who you want to be. So I mean, it would be in your best interest to practice seminal retention, because like the people who don't practice this, the people who have, let's say, who are okay with beating off, they're okay with it. They think it's necessary. They have things on at WebMD like it's necessary. You might seminal backup, blah 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 blah. Bro, all of that is BS. Like it could be real, it could be not. It really doesn't matter. It really matters what works for you. What really works for you, because like we have so many opinions. Everybody has an opinion about every single thing, and people will put their opinions on you, and if you don't second guess it, if you don't question it, you're gonna think it's fact, it's reality, and then you're gonna take it. And you're not gonna question anything about it, and it may or may not work. So I mean, it would be in your best interest to find out for yourself and then make your own opinion based on things. There's no point into not trying, because if you fail, then at least now you have a lesson. Now it's a lesson learned. But if you keep questioning things but you never try, then you never really found out for yourself. And the thing is, like, if you're beating off consistently, then you're probably not getting woman attraction. And if you're on retention but you're complaining about not getting woman attraction, then one, there's a bigger problem. Two, your focus isn't on the right thing, because like I'm the first one to say this. Semen retention is not about woman attraction. It isn't about woman attraction. It's about who you become, and the caveat, the things that attract, let's say, woman is a byproduct of the person you're becoming. So I mean, if you're doing it for woman attraction, then it's not for woman attraction. It's for energy. It's for confidence. There is a direct correlation between your confidence level and seminal retention, because like people don't like confrontation. If you consistently relapse and let it go, you don't want to be. You don't want confrontation. You would rather just let bygones be bygones and never really having any confrontation. And to each his own. But like, if you really want to leave your stamp and have your ideas, beliefs met, and want people to respect that, then I mean, it would be in your best interest, if they do cross a line, then you have to call it out on the spot. You have to call it out, because like I said, women will test you. They will. There's an example of this where I have an example of this. There's this woman who they do these tests to see if you will react in a negative way, and that's the thing that they want you to do. They want you to react in a negative way. They want you to be off your frame. They want you to be in your emotion. They will do everything in their power to knock you off frame, to test you, to make you in your feelings, to make you negative, to make you stoop to their level. Because some women do this. They will do everything in their power to stoop to make it seem that they want you to stoop to their level. But it would be in your best interest to not go that below. It would be in your best interest to hold the frame. It would be in your best interest, if they cross the line, if they say things that you don't like, to call it out on the spot. Tell her not to do that. This will put her in check. This will put you in check, and you guys can carry on with your whatever you're doing. See, I mean, like I said, it's best not to be too emotional about situations. It's okay to show emotion. It's just that you, like you said, you can show emotion. It's just that don't be attached to a certain emotion, because emotions come and go. That's why meditation is so important and vital, because meditation is a state of just being in an ideal state. No matter what thoughts start to enter your mind, good or bad, you're not taking off. You're not running with the thought, because like attracts like. Any thought that comes into into your mind, another thought preceding that will be similar to that, and then they either hold a high vibration or a low vibration. And depending on what vibration it is, it will affect your mood. And if you stay in this mood, if it's, let's say, negative vibration, you're going to start attracting less negative situations. So, I mean, it's best to be in an ideal state most of the time. It's best if a thought comes into your mind that you may or may not like, you allow it and you let it go and you pass. Your mood does not affect, your mood does not change because of the thoughts that enter your mind. And like I said, like semen retention, like woman attraction, like if you're doing it for woman attraction, then you've already lost because your focus is on them. Like I said, the semen retention is just the woman attraction is just a byproduct of the woman of the semen retention. The woman attraction is a byproduct of it, because you're becoming the best version of yourself. And now, how nature works, it has no choice but for you to be attracted, for certain specific women who are feeling your vibe to be attracted to you just because of the aura and the vibe you're giving off. And like I said, we do retention to become our ideal version, so we can attract the best, so we can attract confidence, so we can attract monetary abundance, so we can attract spiritual abundance, so we can have a closer connection with the Most High, so we can get deeper in our purpose. These things, people think that these things don't matter and they're not even real. And I'm here to tell you, it is real. If you retain, you're gonna have a deeper spiritual sense. You're gonna have a closer connection to this Most High. The inner voice in you that believes in you, that thinks that things are possible, it will be screaming through your intuition. It will be screaming through your intuition. It's up to you to follow it. But a lot of people, they know it's there, but they never follow it because they don't really have that many guts. They get too turned off too quickly. Their emotions are a roller coaster. They're never stagnant in their emotions. They don't practice meditation. They're taken off by their emotions. It's better to be in an ideal state, let things happen, stay the same, and stay calm. Just continue, because results will come to the person who puts in the best effort. So yeah, like I was saying, like semen retention increases your spiritual awareness. It increases your deep fulfillment. It increases your sense of being. Every conversation that you have is 10 times amplified. The person who relapses doesn't know how these things feel because he's never really tried it. He thinks that woman attraction is just about has nothing to do with vibes or how much you're feeling each other, but it has everything to do with what you can give her and things like that. It's a deeper thing. It's following your intuition. Your intuition is climax tenfold. So it's easier for you to make better decisions when you go on retention, because the brain matter in your brain is orbiting at a higher vibration, it's a higher consciousness, meaning the small talk that you used to carry in, it doesn't really turn you on as much. You like deep conversations. You like things that really make your genius flow. You like things that raise hair on your arms, goosebumps. These things matter. These things help you find your sense of purpose and fulfillment. And like I said, semen retention helps you gain this deep sense of self. And like I said, meditation helps you find your deep sense of self as well. So I mean, yeah, higher consciousness, higher vibration, more good into your life, good positive vibes, and you will just become your idealistic version when you practice the art of conserving your seminal fluid. So that made sense, and if you can relate, like the video, comment, and subscribe below. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.